Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ilonka and today we're going to be trying on the new COVERGIRL Vitalist Elixir foundation. It's relatively new, it's new to me anyway. This is in the color 605. Hopefully I got the shade that matches me well. According to the COVERGIRL website, the Vitalist Healthy Elixir Foundation is a hydrating, vitamin-infused formula with buildable coverage that glides on for a smooth, flawless look. It's also infused with vitamins E, B3, B5, plus SPF 20. Now that is a slight concern for me just because I usually use physical sunscreen for my skin, and drugstore foundations usually use chemical sunscreens and they may not be the best for my skin. And it's also supposed to give your skin a luminous glow, which sounds nice because during the wintertime my skin is naturally drier, and over the last couple of years my skin has changed slightly from a combination oily skin type to a more dry to normal skin type. So we'll see how this foundation works for me. Now we're going to do one half of our face with a Beauty Blender sponge and the other half of the face with a Real Techniques buffing brush. Now I don't know how much of this I'll need to give me a decent coverage. I usually like a medium to buildable coverage foundation, which this claims to be. So we're going to try one pump each on each side of our face. So that was one pump. Oh, it's quite a thick consistency. It might be a little too dark on me. I can tell right away. Oh, maybe not. So I have some hyperpigmentation and redness, as well as old acne scars that I would need to cover, and some under eye dark circles. It's covering them quite nicely. I have a lot of redness on my nose, my chin, just overall too much redness. It has a really nice smell to it. Although my face doesn't really do well with scents, my skin is very sensitive. I'm out of any foundation, and that was just the one pump, and I haven't been able to cover my forehead. It's more of a light to medium coverage at this point, smoothing over my skin very nicely. If I didn't know any better, I would feel like I'm not even wearing any foundation right now, because the finish of it is so natural looking. It has the exact same finish as the rest of my skin. So maybe let's try another pump and see how far we can go with this. I don't want to put too much, but I want to see if it builds up nicely. Looks so nice. I'm very impressed with it. It has like a fresh scent, almost like a nice drugstore face cleanser. It seems to build up quite nicely, actually. It went from a light to medium coverage to a very nice medium to almost full coverage. So that's good. It doesn't seem to be emphasizing any of my pores. So here's the difference between this side and then this side. It makes it look really nice. I'm so impressed with this right now. I get the feeling though that this foundation would definitely benefit from a setting powder at the end. Now let's try it on the other side of the face. So one pump. I should have actually started off by saying at the beginning of the video that I started off with a clean moisturized face. I always have to moisturize my face just so that things go on it smoothly. Oh man, it's much quicker and easier with a brush. It glides on very nicely. The smell is pretty strong though, so hopefully it doesn't break me out. Okay, so that one pump covered most of the one half of my face. So now let's try another pump. The second pumps seem to be smaller than the first pumps that come out. I'm not sure why, but that's probably for the better because we gotta do our forehead only. So when you first are blending it out, I can see lines that form on the foundation. So you want to probably tap it out a little bit and just smooth it out like that. Okay, that's maybe a little too much foundation. Yeah, you know what? I really prefer the Beauty Blender for this. I can see there's too many foundation lines. You know what? This is not looking very good. Yeah, actually, I can see that there's a lot of lines forming, and it started off looking great with the side of the brush, but when we added that extra pump, it just wasn't doing great. Oh, that's much better. It's smoothing out all the lines. Okay. So that would complete the foundation. This is what it looks like. I think it looks very nice. It's definitely glowy. You can see the light reflecting on my forehead and my nose and my chin. But overall, it looks great. It definitely feels like I'm wearing something on my face though. I think maybe we did put a little too many different pumps on. This foundation would work best with 2 pumps instead of 4, but it doesn't look cakey or anything. I'm going to finish off the rest of my makeup and I'll come back to you in a moment.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I'm back and I put the rest of my makeup on and it glided on so nicely. I am very impressed with this foundation. Most of the time when you first put on a foundation and you're not really sure how it's going to work out, the best way to test it out is when you put the rest of your makeup on and you just look at the finished product and you're like, wow. Now this foundation is comparable to some of my high-end, most favorite foundations. I am so happy right now. This is really nice. I'm so impressed. For a foundation that cost me $13 from Walmart, this is amazing. If only now it doesn't break me out, it would be my holy grail new foundation, my newfound love. I am so excited I found this. I am really impressed with the way it looks right now. If it stays this way and it lasts for most of the day, I will let you guys know how it works out. I will check in a few times throughout the day. It gives your skin the most beautiful, healthy glow. Like it's like a luminosity, but it's not any oiliness. Even my under eye circles don't look so bad. My nose looks relatively smoothed out. It doesn't emphasize my pores. I did powder over it a little bit, so it may look a little more matte than it did at the beginning, but it still hasn't lost that overall luminous, glowy, healthy, glow from within look. I really like it. Wow. Okay, I have to stop staring at this foundation. It's impressing me so much. I can't wait to see what it wears like throughout the day. I'll check in with you guys every few hours, so we'll see how this wears. So right now it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I got a little bit of a late start on the day, but I will try to wear it as long as possible. So we'll see what happens.
1 hour later.
And so I'm back. It's only been an hour, but I just wanted to check in with you guys. And the one thing I must say that I've noticed is that it did oxidize a little bit. It's a little more orange than my neck. So at first, when I first started putting on the foundation, it looked like it matched me perfectly, but just ever so slightly. It's not enough to be obvious and to bother me. If I had to be really picky about something with this foundation, I would have to say that it doesn't really hide the texture on your face. So it doesn't really smoothen everything out, but it doesn't make things look rougher or more textured either. All right, I will probably check in with you guys in about 4 hours or so. So I'll see you guys later.
5 hours later.
So I am back. It's been now 5 hours. It's 7 o'clock p.m. So I'm taking a look now at the foundation. It still looks very nice. I would say it's a little bit oilier than it was earlier. It's just like a nice, healthier glow. Overall, I would say when I make expressions on my face, I would say it looks a tiny bit dry. I can see a little bit of dryness just around my nose and around my chin, but it's ever so slight. But overall, the coverage is still there. The redness is not peeking through. So I'm quite impressed. It still looks pretty good. And I do remember touching my face a little bit here and there. I can't tell where I would have touched my face, and some foundations are really horrible with that. I would say that my chin has a little bit, maybe slight, less coverage, but the most important factor that I look for in a good foundation is that it doesn't start breaking up on my chin and it doesn't start breaking up on my nose, because those are two of my biggest problems with foundations. Even if there's a little less coverage, it's fading away nicely and evenly. That's the main thing I'm looking for. So yeah, still looks really nice. I'll check in with you guys later.
3 hours later.
So it's been 3 hours since my last check-in. It's now 10 o'clock p.m. And honestly, I don't think the foundation has changed at all for the last 3 hours. It just has a slight more dewy finish to it, but overall it looks exactly the same. I'm so impressed with it right now. It's a little bit almost oily looking, but not so much that I feel like I need to blot. For the fact that it's been on my face for a total of 8 hours, I'm honestly very impressed. I didn't even know that the drugstore foundations have such high standards nowadays. The color is almost perfect for me. Honestly, this would be my perfect summer shade or transitional shade towards summer. So maybe in the springtime, this will be perfect. It hasn't changed since the last time I looked at it. The coverage is still so good. I can see my pores a little bit around my nose, but nothing any more emphasized than it was before. As I'm moving my face back and forth and looking in the mirror for any changes and imperfections, I can see there's definitely a little bit of texture going on in between my eyebrows, but that's just the natural texture of my skin. It's not the foundation. I am so amazed and just pleasantly surprised that a drugstore foundation for $13 can have such amazing coverage and staying power. This foundation is truly amazing. What can I say? I was hoping for it to be good, but I didn't expect it to be this good. I'm loving it. If this doesn't break me out, you know, this is gonna be my new favorite foundation. But yeah, if I just go a little bit closer, you can maybe tell, like, I can see a sheen on my face, but it's nothing really that bad. If I powder it up, I'm sure it would look so nice. Moki, say hi. Say hi to everyone. Oh, say hi. Oh, you're sleepy. I just woke him up from his nap. Oh. Say hi. Say hi.
1 hour later.
It is now 11 o'clock p.m., so I'm here for my final check-in. I was hoping to stay up a little bit later today, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I have worn this foundation for about 9 hours now. I don't think that even if I went to sleep with this foundation on, that it would look any different in the morning. That's how good it looks. I'm really genuinely impressed with this foundation. This foundation totally deserves a thumbs up from me. So I highly recommend this foundation for anyone with normal combination to dry skin. I don't know about how I would feel about recommending this for oilier skin types, but I have seen people enjoy this that have oilier skin and they love this foundation just as much as me. So give it a try. Thank you so much for tuning in to my video, and I hope it helped some of you make the decision whether or not to go for this foundation. I definitely highly recommend it. So if you liked this video, please like it. Please subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, guys. Bye.